The day the male lead appeared, he stole my top rank by a single point. With an arrogant, handsome swagger, he approached my childhood friend Mingzhe. He said to me, "From now on, I'll always walk all over you and take everything you have. You should accept your fate now. Bookworm. Let's go." Mingzhe and I had been together since we were toddlers, childhood friends who grew up side by side. I was always first in the grade, while she was nearly always last. I was obsessed with studying, even when I was with her. 9 times out of 10, I was working through physics formulas, so she always called me a bookworm. Bookworm. I knew that whenever she murmured that name, her gaze was always tender and yearning. Later, when she uncontrollably pinned me against a wall, she said, "Good student. Do you know that if you gave me just a fraction of your passion for studying, I'd go crazy?" Now, Mingzhe had appeared someone even stronger than me. From the start, Mingzhe had set his sights on Mingzhe. He confidently walked up to Mingzhe, straightening his collar. "Mingzhe, how about I tutor you?" Mingzhe looked at him, baffled. Mingzhe pointed to himself and said, "I'm the top student the announcement just praised. You can trust that I'm more than qualified." At that, Mingzhe raised her eyes and glanced at me. Her eyes seemed to light with realization. Along with a hint of amusement, Mingzhe gave a soft, mocking laugh. "Am I really that hopeless?" I coldly looked away. I didn't want to watch, but the corner of my eye still drifted toward them. Mingzhe lowered her gaze and said to Mingzhe with extreme gentleness, "All right." Mingzhe smiled confidently at Mingzhe, revealing his two pointed canines. Tiny sparks of anticipation flickered in his eyes. My nosy desk mate beside me couldn't help whispering. Mingzhe agreed just like that. "Aren't you two childhood friends? Before this, I thought the two of you might end up together. This Mingzhe is great at studying, and romance comes just as easily to him." The student behind us praised them too. "I have to admit, they really do look perfect together. A golden boy and girl. They make you feel as if they were born to be a couple." How naive. The corner of my mouth curled up. Resting my chin on my hand, I smiled. They had no idea what kind of person Mingzhe really was. That calculated gentleness Mingzhe had just shown always appeared when she dealt with anyone in my way. Innocent looking, harmless, polite, yet lethally gentle when you least expected it. It was simply the act she did best. Mingzhe was the most unhinged protector at my side. Her mission was to protect me. Mingzhe, I'll admit you're strong, but Mingzhe's heart and eyes are filled with only me. What chance does your smug little strategy really have? In this story, he needed to win the female lead Mingzhe's affection meter. Once her affection reached 100%, he would succeed. And I was the vicious male supporting character in the original novel, Mingzhe's childhood friend. After Mingzhe appeared, I'd supposedly do things out of jealousy that no one could understand. Of course, that was only the original story outline. The original novel ended right when Mingzhe appeared. It stopped there abruptly. The moment I transmigrated here, it was destined that the entire story would be turned completely upside down because of me. Come to think of it, it was rather funny. Before Mingzhe arrived, I didn't love Mingzhe. All I cared about was studying. That was why Mingzhe and I had never gotten together. Back then, I self-righteously told her, a high school student's main duty is to study. Once we get into the same college, we can start dating then, okay? The novel described me as a proud, sharp-tongued top student who looked down on Mingzhe for being frivolous and morally questionable, yet strung her along because of her wealthy family. That made me the unattainable one in Mingzhe's heart, the one she could never forget. After the male lead arrived, I felt threatened, so I went mad. In the end, the male lead healed Mingzhe. The book was right. I didn't like Mingzhe that much. That was why I was curious. Why had I become so obsessed after the male lead arrived, when all I had ever cared about was studying? But that was only the plot of the novel. I didn't believe Mingzhe would fall for someone like him. Mingzhe is crazy. So am I. Mingzhe, are you ready to face two lunatics? The next day, Mingzhe sidled up to me with a suggestive look. His lips curled meaningfully. Yesterday, Mingzhe told me I was like the sun. She is already close to falling for me. She thinks I lit up her world. You'd better know when to quit and back off. I looked at him, at a loss for words. Mingzhe was admittedly good-looking. He was bold and dazzling, truly like a little sun. But Mingzhe hated the sun. She had photosensitive dermatitis. Ever since childhood, anything others happened to give her that had anything to do with the sun, she destroyed. Except for the sun pendant. I gave her before I knew. I lowered my head and chuckled. She didn't like him at all. She saw him as a virus. Mingzhe frowned. What are you laughing at? I turned serious. Nothing. I wish you success. Mingzhe was not entirely stupid. Perhaps he saw through my perfunctory response and felt stung by my attitude. So he said, from now on, I will keep you beneath my feet and take everything you have. You should accept your fate now. After a pause, he added, including Mingzhe. And your place as top student. Mingzhe looked certain of victory. The corners of his eyes curved smugly, as if he could already see me sobbing at my miserable end. I could not even be bothered to look at him. Clutching a book, I simply brushed past him. We'll see. So what if Mingzhe had a cheat code? Studying was my specialty. I had put in countless hours of effort. His few words weren't enough to scare me. Humiliated and angry, Mingzhe threw out one final threat. Just you wait. Before the second monthly exam, the school held its National Day Gala. The National Day Gala was an annual tradition at Hiking First High School. Whether they were newly minted seniors or younger freshmen and sophomores, everyone had a chance to unwind. Ordinarily, though, this gala had little to do with me. Just as Mingzhe said, I was only a bookworm. I could not dance, and I had no interest in singing. Mingzhe was exactly the opposite. Whenever there was a major gala, it was her stage. Under the spotlight, she sat with graceful poise, her fingers dancing merrily across the piano keys. Her deep, pool-like eyes gazed into the audience. She was like a goddess. The thunderous applause was all for that girl. For the first time, I put away my English vocabulary book and truly looked at her on stage. I was in the front row, with every inch of her in view. In previous years, Mingzhe performed on stage too. From elementary school through high school, this stage had always belonged to her. Before every performance, Mingzhe would gaze at me with shimmering eyes. After my performance, you have to be the first to give me flowers. This year was no exception. The flowing piano piece drifted toward its final notes. I gave a soft laugh, picked up the carefully prepared asparagus fern beside me, and headed backstage. But the moment I reached backstage, before I could step inside, I heard Mingzhe's voice. Mingzhe, you look so beautiful on stage just now. His voice was bright and eager. I lifted one corner of the curtain and took them both in. Mingzhe was leaning against the wall. The backstage shadows seemed to swallow her whole. Mingzhe was hugging her excitedly, shamelessly burying his face against Mingzhe's chest. The light was too dim, so I could not make out Mingzhe's expression. Silently, I pulled back the curtain and walked toward them. Only then did I see clearly. Mingzhe held a bouquet of sunflowers. His cheeks were slightly flushed. He paid no attention to my arrival. Instead, he kept shooting Mingzhe flirtatious looks. Sunflowers represent growing toward the light. That day, you said I was like the sun. The sun again. I could visibly see Mingzhe's impatience mounting. She kept cracking her knuckles, and she looked deeply irritated. Mingzhe's temper had always been harsh toward everyone but me. You could even call it strange. I had seen her berate her deskmate to tears over the slightest disagreement. I had also seen her cruelly tear up right in front of them the love letters others gave her. Mingzhe had always known exactly how to make boys cry. I did not care how Mingzhe treated Mingzhe. What worried me was that this was backstage. If the two of them started arguing, it would not be good for Mingzhe's reputation. So I stepped forward, took Mingzhe's hand, and placed my asparagus fern in it. That gesture instantly soothed the bristling lioness. But Mingzhe exploded. He furrowed his brow, raising his voice. I was here first. Do you have any manners at all? My lips curled. I murmured, low enough for him to hear. But Mingzhe likes me. You can see that, can't you? Mingzhe gritted his teeth and grabbed Mingzhe's wrist. Mingzhe, whatever you like about Lin Mo, I can learn it. Could you come to like me someday? I had not expected him to be so blunt. It caught me off guard for a moment. Mingzhe's gaze rested on me, her eyes burning hot. After several minutes, she lowered her eyes and chuckled. I like that he gets good grades. That answer surprised me too. Mingzhe said urgently. You saw it earlier. I am the top student in our grade. My grades are even better than Lin Mo's. I watched Mingzhe's beautiful lips curl in teasing amusement as they parted and closed. You just got lucky. Mingzhe knew exactly how to provoke Mingzhe. Su Mingzhe ground his teeth. I will stay number 1. You will see that I'm 10 million times better than Linmo. With that, he shoved the sunflowers into Mikai's arms. Mikai happily accepted them, without forgetting to encourage him. I believe in you. Do your best. Under the lights, Mikai's voice sounded rich and magnetic. An eerie, seductive glint shone in her eyes. Su Mingzhe blushed, suddenly shy. But just as he opened his mouth to say something, Mikai spoke calmly. All right, you should leave now. She was plainly dismissing him. Su Mingzhe froze at once, helplessly. He could only turn and leave. Before leaving, he shot me a fierce glare. After Su Mingzhe left, the first thing Mikai did was tentatively touch my hand. But she did not dare push it too far. She asked, "Why have you not been going home with me these past few days? Is it because of Su Mingzhe?" I did not really want to answer her, even though I knew it was unlikely she would fall for Su Mingzhe. And even though I did not think I liked her, I still could not help feeling a little sulky. Mikai and I had known each other for 18 years. As far back as I could remember, she had always been by my side. The Lin and Mi families had been close friends for generations. My grandfather and hers had once been comrades in arms. Our mothers were best friends too. So, in our generation, we were especially close. Our parents even bought neighboring villas. Mikai's mother told her, "From now on, protect Lin Mo as if he were your own little brother. If anyone bullies him at school, you will be the first person I hold accountable." Our families always said Mikai and I were childhood sweethearts. Though I had never truly fallen for Mikai, she had always treated me incredibly well. Mikai never listened to her family. She was always causing trouble everywhere. Aside from dating too young, every single thing students were not supposed to do, she did it all. But she was genuinely good to me. Back in 3rd grade, the chubby boy behind me spilled ink all over my notebook. That afternoon, Mikai stood on his desk with a stick in hand. Even that young, she had a rough, fearless edge. She scared the chubby boy until he cried for his mother. From that day on, no one in my entire elementary school dared bully me. In middle school, everyone was beginning to develop crushes. I was fairly good looking, so a few immature girls had their eyes on me. But back then, studying was all I cared about. I bluntly rejected several girls, which made them want to bully me at school. Mikai came over without a word, bringing a few of her friends to stand up for me. Of course, it was not exactly something to be proud of. In the end, Mikai's mother called her home and made her kneel all night in the ancestral hall. Yet even while kneeling that night, she patiently comforted me over the phone as I cried until my eyes were red. My job is to protect you. Do not feel guilty. I only regret not breaking their legs too. Mikai was like my knight. She had protected me ever since I could remember. That was probably why, after she fell for the male lead in the novel, I could not bring myself to accept it. Seeing no reaction from me, Mikai raised an eyebrow and leaned closer. "What are you standing there for?" I gave a soft laugh and started walking ahead. "Come on." Mikai followed. A smile crept into her long, narrow eyes. She draped one arm over my shoulder and casually took my bag with the other. Just as Su Mingzhe had said, he was doing everything he could to take everything that was mine. After every quiz, he had the highest score in class. He always scored just a little higher than me. My deskmate practically worshipped Su Mingzhe. He is seriously amazing. How does he even do it? You already score nearly perfect marks, yet he still manages to beat you by a little. I said nothing. I calmly compiled the questions I had missed on the quiz. Su Mingzhe stood beside me with a raised brow, leaning close with a mocking tone. "Why not admit defeat now? You have seen it yourself. Against my ability, you do not stand a chance. Unless this is already your limit." This is not my limit. Indeed, it was not his limit. Even when he did not pay attention in class, he could still get the highest score. He looked as though every single concept was completely under his control. My deskmate watched us as if he had just heard the juiciest gossip of the year. "Are you two betting on who will rank first in the grade?" "Lin Mo, you are very good, but I think Su Mingzhe is a little better." I was not angry when I heard that. I merely lowered my eyes and casually corrected one wrong answer. "If you are really that good, why do you need to show off in front of me? Just take first place every time. Unless you are losing your nerve, because you are not certain you can win either." I knew Su Mingzhe had a conquest system. During its beginner phase, that system would continually make his scores higher than mine, all to show Mikai that Su Mingzhe was better than me. But that also meant this cheat was not permanent. Once he passed the beginner phase, Su Mingzhe would need Mikai's favorability points to keep redeeming that cheat. That was why he desperately wanted me to quit. In his dreams, my eyes curved with amusement, and I gave him a slightly sly smile. Keep dreaming. I made Su Mingzhe furious. It took several deep breaths for him to compose himself. I simply enjoy it more when I can effortlessly grind you into the dirt. With that, he left without looking back. The reason Su Mingzhe always scored higher than me was that I had not scored full marks. If I scored full marks, how could he possibly score higher? As long as I was strong enough, even if Mikai truly fell in love with him later, he would not be able to shake my foundation. At that thought, I smiled faintly and corrected another wrong answer. Did he think a few simple words could crush me? Su Mingzhe was dreaming. What Su Mingzhe did not know was that I was obsessed with studying. I did not study for practical gain. I did it because I loved it. I loved the thrill of solving problems and the endless sense of accomplishment along the way. That was probably what he could not understand. He only believed I was a good student as a way to attract Mikai. Before Su Mingzhe arrived, I had been preparing for the physics competition. The list for the national physics competition had already been finalized. Yet because Su Mingzhe had arrived, the school made an exception and gave him a place. And Su Mingzhe did not disappoint them. In his first competition, he won a national first prize, scoring exactly 1 point higher than me. Once Su Mingzhe began outperforming me, he gradually became everyone's campus heartthrob. Now, he had sparked a frenzy. My classmates said Su Mingzhe was already a guaranteed admission student King by University had specifically chosen. His talent really is on another level. And I heard he even gave up that guaranteed admission spot himself. Is this what a real big shot is like? As for me, many people felt both pity and spiteful delight. Looks like Linmo was not that great after all. It must not feel good to be surpassed so easily. Su Mingzhe even sleeps through class all the time. Yet he can still beat Linmo with ease. Comparisons really can drive you crazy. Everyone said I had fallen from grace. Sooner or later, they thought it would get to me. With that mindset, I would never beat Su Mingzhe. As Su Mingzhe listened to the praise around him, his eyes narrowed with a smile. He did not forget to mock me beside him. I am so sorry, but I have got you under my heel again. Su Mingzhe looked certain of victory, but I merely yawned, completely unconcerned. Great. Before, Su Mingzhe would probably have been angry already, but now, he looked behind me, his eyes suddenly shining. Mikai. I got first place. I turned around. Mikai's gaze fell on me. She was silent for several seconds, then finally looked at Su Mingzhe. Impressive. Su Mingzhe ran over excitedly and clung to her arm. Do not brush me off with just those 2 words when you praise me. Okay. Mikai fell silent for a moment. Without a word, she slipped her arm free. Yet she still said, You know, your excellence is already putting pressure on me academically. I nearly laughed out loud. Mikai was as sarcastic as ever. What academic pressure could the bottom-ranked student possibly have? Su Mingzhe did not catch Mikai's sarcasm. He only looked at her expectantly. After a long while, Su Mingzhe's expression changed. He frowned and muttered, That is not right. This should not be happening. Why is her favorability still 0? My mood instantly brightened. Mikai did not know why warmth had filled my eyes. She did not know why I was happy. But she could not help smiling too. She had not come to congratulate Su Mingzhe. She had come to take me home. Su Mingzhe visibly began to panic. He grabbed Mikai, his eyes red-rimmed. Why do you not like me? You said you like students with good grades. So I beat Linmo every time. You said you like people who were quiet and did not bother you. I have not disturbed you lately either. He said, Mikai, accept me. Let me be your male lead, please. Su Mingzhe was very handsome. He had a striking, bold kind of good looks. The kind that, the instant he appeared, would seize everyone's attention. At that moment, he was like a wounded lone wolf, whimpering as he begged for pity. Almost no woman could refuse him, right? But Mikai was not one of them. Mikai kept one hand in her pocket and gave a faint smile. She leaned close and whispered in his ear, No mirror. Go find a puddle and look at yourself. With so many classmates gathered around watching, Mikai had already spared Su Mingzhe some dignity. On the way home, I could not help asking her, You do not like Su Mingzhe? Though I did not know what made Su Mingzhe so capable, I had to admit That Su Mingzhe was an exceptionally dazzling person. He was defiant and passionate, lively and intense, handsome and brilliant at school. When he was with Mikai, he never made any glib or snide remarks. Any girl who did not know the truth might have been drawn to him. Mikai looked rather speechless. Bookworm, do you think I am stupid or blind? I can tell. He is nothing but an empty suit. The only reason I was a little nicer to him before was because you had finally met a worthy opponent. I thought you might want to have some fun with it. You know how I used to treat you. It is not like you do not know. Mikai threw an arm around my neck. You ungrateful thing. I have been so good to you. And you have already forgotten, have you? This girl. I kept a straight face, making it clear I did not want to respond. She always blurted out such flirtatious things without warning. She left me not knowing how to answer. Mikai leaned closer. He has no self-awareness whatsoever. I understand. His brain does not work properly. But you are different. My bookworm is a wonderful person. Do not lose heart over one temporary defeat. I believe you will surpass him someday and take back everything that belongs to you. The setting sun seemed to gild Mikai's hair with gold. She was radiant, bursting with youthful energy. Mikai did not seem very bright. I was clearly the vicious male supporting character. Yet she actually said I was a good person. Then again, I was also the one Mikai could never forget. I smiled and nodded. Unable to win Mikai over for so long, Su Mingzhe finally panicked. The system had kindly reminded him. There were conditions for using the cheats. He needed Mikai's love, but Su Mingzhe had not earned even a single point of affection from her. So the system would soon stop giving him advantages. The next day, as soon as I arrived at school, Su Mingzhe dragged me into the stairwell. He immediately started grilling me. Do you think this is funny? Lin Mo, you have a system too, do you not? What kind of system do you have? Stop hiding it. If you have the guts, say it outright. Is it fun, playing people behind their backs? He sneered. I knew no one could score that high through their own effort, then effortlessly change your own fate, while also coming from a great family, and being perfect in every way. His words made me laugh. A mocking smile curled my lips. You are just lashing out because you are cornered. Su Mingzhe demanded shrilly. If you do not have a system, how do you explain all this? I cannot fail, he said. These women are far too easy to win over. Before this world, I have won over no fewer than 10 of them. Every last one acted like a lapdog. Show them a little kindness, and they came running. Why should Mikai, an ignorant, rebellious rich girl, be the exception? I said nothing. I could not explain it either. But I knew this. The person Mikai truly fell for could never be a piece of trash like Su Mingzhe. My lack of reaction seemed to drive Su Mingzhe deeper into despair. He was convinced I had a system. Then, Su Mingzhe suddenly raised his head and stared at me sinisterly. This is actually easy to solve. If you disappear, would that not solve everything? I frowned. Before I could react, Su Mingzhe shoved me. There were stairs behind me. If I fell, I would be seriously injured for months at the very least. In that desperate moment, I grabbed Su Mingzhe. If you are going to do something so vicious, do not blame me for taking you down with me. Our bodies fell backward together. After tumbling down the stairs, neither of us came out unscathed. Su Mingzhe ended up underneath me. His eyes widened, and pain immediately twisted his face. Are you insane, you bastard? Lin Mo, why did you grab me? My back hurt so badly that I sucked in a sharp breath. I could still stand. Su Mingzhe clearly could not. He tried several times. His face was drawn with pain. I think my leg is broken. I gathered the books scattered across the floor and gently brushed the dust from their covers. I waved to Su Mingzhe. And what does that have to do with me? Su Mingzhe arrogantly ordered me. Take me to the infirmary now. Otherwise, I will say you pushed me down. It is morning study period now. There is no one around. If you do not take me, I will have to sit here until class ends. It would be humiliating if someone saw me. I rolled my eyes and pointed to the corner beside us. You just transferred here, so you might not know. But there is a security camera there. Su Mingzhe went pale at once. I left without looking back. Honestly, I truly could not understand why the system had chosen Su Mingzhe as its conqueror. He was stupid and cruel. How could someone like him be the male lead? If this world really were a novel, it really was headed for a disastrous ending. If I were the author, I probably could not keep writing it either. That morning, Su Mingzhe lay on the ground until morning study ended. Classmates watched as he was taken to the infirmary. When people asked why he had been lying on the floor, He stammered and did not dare tell them. Mikai did not care at first, but when she heard Su Mingzhe had tried to push me, she bristled at once. She immediately took me with her to raise the issue. Su Mingzhe is the top student in our grade. What if something serious happened to him? I strongly suggest we review the security footage. Su Mingzhe shook his head repeatedly. No, there is no need. This would cause everyone too much trouble. Mikai's eyes darkened. She looked at him with quiet authority. You really are such a kind boy. You stay silent even when someone bullies you. One look at that leg tells me you could not have injured it yourself. Who could fall and end up like this? Su Mingzhe looked like he wanted to cry, but had no tears left. He tried to say something else, but the headmistress spoke first. Exactly. I absolutely will not allow something like this to happen at my school. Su Mingzhe's face turned deathly pale. He could only watch helplessly as the headmistress furiously pulled up the footage. Then the entire room fell silent. The teacher's gaze silently settled on me, then shifted to the headmistress. The footage had no sound, but it clearly showed that he had pushed me first. Now the current top student had pushed the former top student. The headmistress was in an awkward position. She could only cough softly and pretend to scold me. Why did you not take Su Mingzhe to the infirmary? I said expressionlessly. He tried to push me down the stairs. If he had not brought it on himself, I might be partially paralyzed by now. The only reason I did not kick him a couple of times before leaving was because I have manners. I had a point. The headmistress gave a strained laugh, wanting to make a major issue minor, and let a minor issue disappear. Mikai suddenly spoke up. Such vile behavior. Shouldn't he receive a disciplinary demerit? Su Mingzhe stared at her in shock. Mikai, do you even know what you are saying? You actually want me to get written up? Is this because of Linmo? The headmistress looked troubled. The students are already in their final year. Once a disciplinary record is issued, it will leave a permanent stain on their records. Mikai said nothing. She merely gave the headmistress a faint smile. In the end, the headmistress gave in. The Mi family had donated to classroom buildings to the school, 100 computers and half a campus. Mikai merely wanted justice. The headmistress had no reason to refuse. Su Mingzhe glared at me throughout. After the headmistress and teachers left, Su Mingzhe finally snapped. Linmo, are you satisfied now? Does it feel good to grind me beneath your heel? After a few seconds of silence, I said, I have never respected you. Crushing an ant does not feel good or bad. I truly looked down on Su Mingzhe. More precisely, someone like him, always looking for shortcuts, was doomed to fail from the start. Su Mingzhe was the male lead. At the beginning, he encountered the heavenly Tao of fortune. It told him he was a 1 in 100 million lucky man, and had chosen him. It initially gave him two choices. One was the hard work system. The other was the Conquest system. As the name suggests, the hard work system gave double rewards for every effort, and granted a cheat-powered life. The Conquest system used the female lead's affection to exchange for all kinds of cheats in its shop. Su Mingzhe chose the Conquest system. After all, winning over a woman was far easier than working hard himself. He did not want to work hard. He only wanted rewards without effort, and he could move among women who were exceptional in every way. It sounded too good to be true. But Mikai was a tough one. Su Mingzhe believed he was the one, chosen by heaven as the male lead. Mikai was supposed to be born to love him, even when it came to winning her over. Su Mingzhe never worked particularly hard. From beginning to end, he was arrogantly self-important for no reason. He made grand claims, believing success should naturally be his. When has life ever been that generous? Unable to win Mikai over, Su Mingzhe soon showed his true colors. First, teachers called on him in class to answer questions. He would always stammer, unable to answer. Then came the pop quizzes. His deskmate wanted to copy his answers, but he refused. When the grades came out, he was nowhere near passing. By the second monthly exam, his score was absurdly low. He did not even score 100 points. I was the exact opposite. After Su Mingzhe provoked me before, I became even more devoted to studying, and I often wondered if an intelligent and truly formidable Conquest system user appeared next time. Could I break through by force of will alone? I had already been close to perfect scores. After shoring up my weak spots, I was closer to perfection than ever. Now, my deskmate's eager gaze had returned to me. Exclamations of amazement filled the air. Oh my God, Linmo, you are a genius. Su Mingzhe could only make one last desperate struggle. That was before the third monthly exam. He tried every way to sneak into the neighboring Mi residence and climb into Mikai's bed. That night, Mingzhe wore only a loose bathrobe, baring his toned chest. His posture was suggestive, but Mikai was unmoved. Instead, she threw him out with a dark expression. A reporter even caught Mingzhe looking disheveled in a photograph. He was humiliated beyond belief. The next day, Mingzhe wandered the streets barefoot, searching for the system he kept talking about. He seemed to have gone completely mad. Meanwhile, I opened the original novel, only to find that Mingzhe, its male lead, had unknowingly become a supporting character. That is right. This original novel had appeared on my bookshelf a year earlier. That was when I learned I was the villainous supporting male character, while Mingzhe was the male lead of a Conquest novel. But the book only went as far as Mingzhe transferring to our school. Everything that followed, every step of my fate, I carved it out with my own hands. I casually returned the book to its place, with a derisive snort. Really, I do not mind being a supporting character. I am a supporting character. But that does not mean I have to play second fiddle to the male lead. The moment I finished speaking, there was a knock at the door. It was Mikai. She stood in the light, holding an umbrella. In her other hand, she held a bouquet of chamomile. Linmo, will you wait for me so we can go home together every day from now on? This time, she did not call me bookworm. I knew she had liked me for a long time. A girl's burning, sincere gaze cannot be faked. I answered seriously. But I like studying. A faint smile touched Mikai's lips. Her gaze was gentle. I know I am nothing. Other than my family having some money, I have nothing else. I am not good at school, and I do not always listen. But I am not a bad person, and I am devoted. Once I have chosen you, I want a good ending with you. You can give me a chance. As for studying, I think I am pretty smart. Teacher Lin can consider tutoring me. Outside the door, the evening glow was beginning to spread. At that moment, I heard my own heartbeat. So I was falling for her. Was I not? I had simply never dared admit it before. Studying is exhausting. Even though I love it, I have to get up at 5 every morning and do not sleep until 11 or midnight. I go through several pen refills every week. Sometimes I cannot even manage 2 meals a day. Holding firmly onto first place in the grade was earned through hard work. Everyone envied me, or even admired me, thinking I was impressive. Only Mikai would call me a bookworm, while awkwardly worrying that I was overworking myself. Suddenly, I wanted to hold Mikai's hand. So I did. When I took her hand, Mikai, who had been masking her nervousness with indifference, went completely still. She stood rooted to the spot. I smiled softly and said, "If you want to be my girlfriend, then you have to keep your word." In her shock, she dropped the umbrella. The still scorching sun shone down on her face. She abruptly frowned and leaned back to avoid it. I quickly raised my hand to shield her head. I was admitted to one of China's most prestigious universities. Mikai insisted on attending the same university as me. She spent 2 years retaking the college entrance exam and became my junior. Later, I returned to my school as a successful alumnus to give a speech. Standing on the stage, I looked at the sea of fresh, energetic faces below. Their eyes held hope and admiration as they watched me. I said, "Every script has leads and supporting roles. But even if we are dealt a supporting role, we do not have to play second fiddle to the male lead. As long as we dare to defy fate, we can become the lead in our own lives. No hard work is ever wasted. It etches itself into my marrow and sinks deep into my heart, making me better with every passing day." I hope that they, if they ever met a so-called male lead armed with cheats, would summon all their strength and say, "It does not matter that you are the male lead. I can be one too." Mikai's bonus chapter. I had actually read the original novel too. That bookworm Linmo just did not know it, and I had no intention of telling him. When I saw the original novel, my first thought was, did this author write a pile of crap? According to the novel's outline, I was eventually won over by Mingzhe, loving him desperately, and coming to despise Linmo, whom I had always wanted to protect when we were young. The novel described Linmo as the vicious top student, but Linmo had never done anything bad. Linmo did not like me, because the Lin family had declined in recent years. His parents constantly told him that he had to marry me. That bookworm loves studying. He thinks he can fight his way through on his own, and simply does not want to rely on me. He strings me along, because deep down, he likes me. He does not want to lose me. This young lady knows all that. If he did not like me, why would he string me along? Why would he not string someone else along? Besides, every time I protected him, his sharp-tongued but soft-hearted expression really did make him look worried about me. In short, Linmo likes me too. And I like him so much. We grew up together. We were childhood sweethearts. We were destined for each other. Why did they have to throw in that useless Su Mingzhe? I truly do not understand what the author was thinking. The night Su Mingzhe came to seduce me, he questioned me like a madman. What exactly do you like about Linmo? What is so great about him? Everything about him is great. I have never met such an amazing guy. Maybe it is because the book also said, Linmo is the one who has always held my heart. His soul is irreplaceable. He sees the world with such clarity. He is truly wonderful. Linmo probably does not remember it himself. When I was little, my mother would lock me in a dark room. Every time he found an excuse to come see me, to borrow toys and rescue me. I came in dead last, but it was not because I truly could not study. I just wanted him to offer to teach me. I love how he would complain that I was so naughty. While running to my house with his books in his arms, I suddenly remembered a quiet night in my house. The television blared noisily, while he sat quietly holding a book and gazing up at the moonlight. Back then, I was too busy secretly watching him to notice the shape of the moon. But now, he has become my moon. That, perhaps, is what it means to be someone's moon. He will always remain in the purest place in my heart. So, how could someone like him ever be replaced by someone trying to win me over?